guys, welcome back to Clockwork Noodles for the breakdown of Spy X Family Season 2, episode number 5. I apologise for the slight delay. I was yesterday at MCM Expo as your forger. Very, very fun. I met so many different yours. I found a few Lloyds. My daughter was smoking. One of the Anyas I met had a gun, and I think I blame Lloyd, so that was hilariously fun. I enjoyed it. I was really happy to meet all the other Spy X Family fans out there. It was great. I can't wait to be discussing episode 5 with you guys. Before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed. We have now got a week before I bring out my midway review, where I'm going to crown top 3 OPs, EDs, and my current standing of anime. We've got a new anime that kicked off this week as well, which is with the Arknight series. And if you're not watching it and you are playing the game, I would recommend checking that one out, just because I was very impressed with episode 1. It could go downhill, most game adaptations they do, but the episode 1 was very promising. There's only 8 episodes, which I actually like because I don't want them spoiling too much with the game, especially with the character of the Doctor who you play in the game. They don't give away too much, which I like, because you're still meant to be playing that character. That character is supposed to be you. You're meant to be putting yourself onto that character. So I think that's very good. So if you are playing the game, go check it out. If you're not, go check it out still, because I think the first episode's still at least enjoyable to watch. Let's get to it. This is episode 5. Becky is now becoming our love guru. If you remember season 1, Becky is my namesake. I am Rebecca. Becky. I prefer Becca, to be fair. Me and her literally line up to become one this week, and it is hilarious because as I was writing something, she legit said the same thing I was writing. So I was like, me and her, perfect. Becky this week. Coming back to show Anya her ways of loving things like shows about dramas and romantic dramas and things. I like romantic anime, so I guess me and her are similar, but I am with Anya. Anya does like her cartoons and her series. Enjoy anime. It's not technically the same as a cartoon. It's animated. So I am happy to be on a mixture of both of these guys. Anya does serve a fantastic narrative this week as she's trying to narrate the Damien scenario, how it's going to play out in my head in a cartoon style. Because she loves cartoons, she is naturally overlaying those cartoon tropes onto her daydreams, what she's thinking about, how she thinks. I love the fact that we use the Spy X Family theme to narrate everything, and the same narration style that our narrator would normally use is taken over by Anya this week. The narrator gets a slight break until the middle, where he then narrates the mission 17 with Handler. It does begin that Becky, my namesake, this week finally realizes how cool Lloyd is. We crowned him the husbando of the season back when season 1 aired. I love him. He's fantastic. His voice actor as well. He went into the interview going, I'm the same height as Lloyd. He isn't. He's actually slightly taller. I looked into it. The voice actor's slightly taller. He's near enough the same height. So I'm very happy that that is what he used to get the part of Lloyd. Fantastic. And his voice actor does such a good job with Lloyd. He's so stoic most of the time, so serious. And then when he does break to give us a bit more, it's so out of character. It's great. Lloyd does become the creation of Becky's heart and soul within her craft class. I think Lloyd would personally like it, but perhaps not so much when she breaks it, moves on to make a crocodile. She typically wastes paper, and I know the teacher was all reserve paper, do what you must. So she somehow then gets more paper to make another item. As I was writing, but humans are technically animals metaphorically, Becky then comes out with her smart ass response that, yeah, humans are animals in one way or another. We evolved. We are still a species. Me and Becky, same page. She is me and I am her. It is great. I love it. Whenever she's going to be on screen now, I'm just going to pretend I'm in the anime. Hearing the Spy X theme on the recorder, I think it's a recorder or it's a flute. Anya, the goofy, amazing daydreamer, has just hit a new level with the perfect soundtrack. I love it because it sounds like childhood. I did have a recorder. I definitely had one, but I moved on to the tenor, which is a slightly bigger recorder technically. Parents who give their kids recorders are slightly masochistic. You inflicted that pain upon yourself. Perfect. I couldn't imagine a better instrument for them to play the Spy X Family theme tune on. Anya as the saint, a hilarious moment where she's offering her services to help make the reality, the Griffin, a reality, and it turns out a horrific mess. The prints that he makes are very, very clever, so he does seem very good at the more constructive nature, but not so much the creative nature of it. I am slightly surprised the tutor allowed it, because technically Anya gave her dead Griffin Bond to the project. She theoretically didn't have a project on the desk. She didn't actually submit anything, so I'm surprised the tutor actually allowed it in the end. But the teams of Anya and Damien, for how short it was with them working together, it falls apart due to creative differences, and we end up with the jet-powered Griffin. Is just a spin-off of Steam-Powered Giraffe. It's a knockoff band. If jet-powered Griffin want my services on vocals, hit me up. I'm down. We do get the cutest nickname from the butler this week for Master Dammy. I want to call him Master Dammy from now on. He has a brother as well called Master Demi. I don't know what that's going to be short for. It would be nice to actually know what the brother's name technically is. Demi and Dammy are really, really cute. Now, the dead mum and baby Griffin piece somehow ends up getting top prize. I think that tutor might just have a very overreactive imagination, and he's just added a load of backstory to this piece instead of just admitting this is actually the worst entry in the entire class. The main point of this chunk, I think, is the Damien backstory of him being this forgotten son, walking in the shadow. His father's never really got time for him. He's doing everything he can to try and get that attention from him, to the motivation behind him trying to become an imperial scholar. At the end of the day, he might just be very bad at handling people, but he is just a little boy who just wants to spend time with his dad. So the second chunk is, of course, on my beloved handler. I love her teasers. She's definitely in top contender for the waifu award for me right now, but I do love You're gonna have to see how that fights out in end of season review. Nickname Full Metal Lady, that could be a nice little reference to either Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal Jacket. We do get a lot of movie references in this one, so it could be either of them, probably more likely the latter. As much as she is a very good double agent where she's blended into society very well, but she still ends up under suspicion from time to time, and she is tailed daily. It's the idea that having the same routine over and over and over again, even if you're tailing this person, you become bored, you become complacent. Okay, she's going in here to swim for an hour. Let's chill out. Let's talk about what you saw. What happened over here? Did you hear that guy fell in the pool? We don't suspect a thing as somebody pretty much the same height near enough walks out of the pool, blonde. They don't suspect anything, even though I could still recognize her, but it's because I love her. I think she does look really good blonde. Very much like my own mother. She leaves tags on things, and I've gotten many gifts for Christmas or my birthday with the price tag still on it. You think about so much other stuff, you forget about even the small thing. That's such a natural thing because my mum isn't a spy or anything. So if they were tailing her and she had tags on her clothes, they probably wouldn't think anything of it. So I think in a weird way, it comes across as her just being a bit forgetful. I do love that we get a replay of the same sequence, but we have these additional moments with Lloyd now in the reflection, actually telling her, there's guys following you, what should we do? And it's very clever to see how they actually communicate to each other silently, which is really nice. It's nice because we get more details from the scene that we didn't get from our first playthrough. The flowers at the end losing petals, either foreshadowing or just the representation of her confusion, as we get a lowdown on Operation Strix, and now Anya can apparently jump rope 5 times in a row, which is great because I think that means her stamina is slowly improving. Tease at the end of Yuri finally meeting Anya. I think the moment is coming. I have heard tales of this day and I cannot wait for the two to finally meet. We also got a look into Yuri's trauma growing up. Yor is his cook. Oh my goodness, this poor boy. I think they're also using uncorkings for the sound of him throwing up. Really, really clever, and I felt so bad. I don't understand how Yor can just fail so badly with everything, because my sister isn't a good cook. And I've eaten some horrific inventions of hers, but they still represent food in a way. Even if it's bad, it's still edible. Her messing up this royally and her cake is blue or something and pasta doesn't look anything like pasta. You've got to be questioning that kind of level of incompetence or just inability to cook there. I enjoyed this week's episode. It was very nice. I enjoy having slightly lighter things to report upon. I've got my heavy baby back. I've got the trauma train that is To Your Eternity back. Wow, you guys really liked episode 1. It's currently holding the crown for the best viewed video from this season on the channel. So thank you guys so much. I did miss you, and having all of the love in the comments. I think I might have happy cried a little bit because I had 5 different people come back from the first breakdowns telling me that they missed me or they were ready to break down a second season, calling us the Pain Train family. That made me cry inside. I am so happy that I get to break that one down with you. So if you're not aware, that has started airing. Episode 1's already up. We're waiting for episode 2 now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you next week when the duo, the beautiful man that is Yuri, the scary man that is Yuri, comes back. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.